Hey everyone, welcome back to Start with 1000. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I'm taking $1,000 and seeing how far I can grow it over 10 years without adding another penny. It's the end of the month, so I just wanted to give you a quick update on how the portfolio is doing, as well as just give an overall view of what's happening in the market. I'll also give a little bit of backstory into how I got into investing in 2017 with weedstocks and how my success with weedstocks also became the avenue for my greatest losses. And by sharing this journey, I hope it really can help you avoid some of the pitfalls and mistakes that I've made in my investing journey. All right, let's get into it. So I want to talk about how I started investing. And I started investing in the stock market in 2017. Some of the first stocks that I actually bought were Canadian weed stocks. And this is pre-legalization. And my thesis at the time was there was no way that legalized weed would not do well in Canada. I was all in, and the company that I actually chose to invest in at the time was CGC. And I even went up to Canada to view the facility and take a tour of the building. And so I invested early on and I was actually really successful. CGC was the cream of the crop when it came to Canadian wheat stocks. Over the next 2 years, my $6 shares turned into 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 45, even up to about $50. And so I was really successful in this space. There was a time that I watched it go all the way back down and come back up and back down. Just with the red tape of rollout, it just did not turn out very well. And I ended up selling when it was about $25. I made a sizable profit on my 100 shares. After this, you couldn't tell me anything. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't the next Warren Buffett. I started looking for more ways to invest and to make more money. And for me, this was my ticket. Now, as you guys know, I am an average earner. I make the average American salary. So an extra $5,000, $10,000 is a lot for me. So now it's 2020 and the world has gone to crap and I am the next Warren Buffett. I have a little money in my pocket and I decide to invest in the stock market again. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that I lived through 2008 and I watched the stock market crash and rebound. So in March, when the stock market crashed again, it was my opportunity to buy, and that's what I did. This time, I decided to invest in tech companies. So think of Microsoft. I invested in Tesla. I invested in Nvidia, AMD. I was all in on tech stocks. And by this time, I don't know if you guys remember this, in 2020, everybody was a stock market genius. Everyone was having success. We all were winning. And I'm watching my portfolio rise and rise and rise. And I'm thinking, I can't lose. I can't lose in the stock market. I am a genius. And at some point in 2020, I was introduced to options. I had success in options because I'm investing in Nvidia. I'm investing in SMH. So all of these tech and chip companies that were having explosive growth, I was in on that. And by this time, I am arrogant. I am cocky. I am prideful. You can't tell me anything. I am going to retire early in 4 years and no one can tell me different. And I was successful up until the year of 2022. I mean, if I'm being honest, it probably was on a downward decline starting in 2021 when the COVID stocks were experiencing their losses after all of those extreme gains in 2020. But that's neither here nor there. My last straw was actually in 2022. I remember being on vacation poolside with a whole laptop trading Chinese SPACs. When I lost 3 grand in about an hour, I knew at that point I was done. I was done mentally, I was done financially, like I had hit rock bottom. I had went from being a very studious investor who researched companies to some degenerate like day trader. I was so ashamed of my behavior that it took me 2 years to actually open my brokerage account again. No lie. During those 2 years, I had a lot of time to think. I had some time to think about how I got there, what my mindset was, and how I can change that moving forward. And if I, a 40-plus-year-old average earner, can start again, so can you. Even if you've never started before, you can start now. It's not too late for you. It's not too late for me. We can do this. This challenge is for you. This challenge is for us, the average earners, the 30, 40, 50, 60-year-olds who have resigned to retiring with nothing. I want you to get rid of that mentality. You don't have to accept that kind of future for yourself. All right, now that I've shared my story with you, I want to give you a quick portfolio update for the month of August and share my views on how I believe the market's going to do moving into the end of 2025. August was the 4th straight month of gains. My view is that the third quarter of 2025 will see a bit of a stall. I think that we have already started to see some profit taking from tech and chips and some rotation into small caps. And with the year winding down, barring any surprises, we coast into 2026. Now, my portfolio is down 16%, which is better than July when it was down 25%. I believe that a lot of investment companies are seeing some real value and profit potential in healthcare and are starting to invest. And my thesis is still intact with both Grab and CNC. I will continue to hold both of these companies because I believe that they're still moving forward with that profitability and purpose. And I'm also in the process of adding more companies to my watch list and waiting for some good entry points in those. I am looking for companies with the ability to grow on a large scale over the next 10 years. And this can come through either deep value like Centene or newer companies like Grab. Well, that's all I have for you this week. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to subscribe or like or comment. Until next week, take care of yourself. Bye.